I'm excited to see what kind of setups we're gonna see from both of these squads. I mean, obviously, um, this is probably one of the better competitions for these guys in Europe. I mean, it's a really long online league, so it's all culminated to this. So we're probably going to see some of their best stuff. A lot of these teams now with so many competitions that they're involved in, they have plenty of different game plans. So hopefully we're going to just see, their A game stuff.
Indeed. So coming into that pistol round, we'll see LDLC spread out to a quick 2-1-2 as Agent on that terrorist side. The aggressors are moving out. It looks like for an A take, you'll see one boosted ready to explode out mid, 3-door, and Neto here coming in through A main, and here it is. All systems are go. It looks like they're actually going out door first, and they're already into the site before the other player even comes out A main. Now Sif trying to clear that site. Fuchs and Devil, though, going to find themselves some kills. Now it'll even back up to a 3-on-3. And the HP advantage will go to those terrorists.
Yeah, get the bomb down here. 3-on-3 situation. Fuchs trying to get a little bit aggressive, but Ultralizer takes him down. And now we see some good afterplant positioning. Just holding the site, 2 quad. Mad End pushing up. Can he find Ultra? And he does, but he's going to find 2 players there. Neto finds the head and then takes it out body to finish out the round. And man, that could have got a little bit hairy there if that player pushing quad could have found someone's head. But good job there by who was that, Neto, to kill that guy, because they basically weren't looking at him.
Yeah, Neto was perpendicular to the box, looking to strafe right and peek, and the CT player Madden almost swung wide and around him. Like, it was kind of a flick shot at close quarters to even hit the first one with the Tech 9. So that was close, but a pretty quick strat from Agent here on that T side. Let's see what they've got in store so that they can survive this anti-eco round. Spitty is a little happy on the trigger. He'll shoot his teammate that was below drop because he was just expecting a CT to be there. Oh, and through the vents, Body gets close personal and one taps Ultra, so that'll give him the man advantage. They're gonna get another one come through the vents as well. Linex is down. Body getting 2 of them as they fall through the vent, and that's got to be the round pretty much. Now they've got AKs and armor. It's all up to Neto. He'll finally get revenge for his fallen comrades, but a small consolation prize.
Yeah, so here we go. Neto 1-on-3, mauling off the vent to give him some room to breathe here. But man, Toy now? What is it? Twa now?
It's either Toinu or Twanu.
All right, I'm just gonna call him Twa. So Twa doing a great job going upper and just shooting him in the knee, finishing off that round. And oh my goodness, who was that right under the vent? I think it was Body.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, those P250 kills were smooth as hell. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were nuts. Hitting that first guy, and then the other one kind of was just falling out of vent right into his spray. That was rough. Agent, though, obviously upset in that second round coming into the third, still keeping the pressure on. Tech 9's armor, 1 AK there on Sif, but Twanu going to open it up with a kill onto Spitty. Fuchs here, holding that headshot box, or coil, whatever you want to call it, and he'll actually bring down all 3, 2 at the M4, 1 with that P250. Now it's up to Ultra. It's 1 real quick, but that's it. Only killing 1 member of LDLC-White.
And that was a pretty all-in buy by Agent. They really needed to get that bomb down to really consider that, any sort of consolation. So that was a straight-up loss for them. And now they're going to have to regroup here. Looks like just not enough money to even go for P250s in their consideration. So Neto's the only one that bought a pistol, and then they just have 1 flashbang gravitating towards A. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little A main, pop flash play.
There you go, called it pretty much just like that, looking for that CT aggression. And it finds the Glock train and has pretty much derailed it as well. And now there's just Spitty by himself. And there it is, a very clean round for LDLC, and they get, after losing that pistol, they'll take 3 in a row, and now finally in round 5, we'll get to see a true rifle round.
We've really seen LDLC-White all of these rounds so far. They've put a presence at A main, so they're very active in denying that whole map control of that area. But the side product of that is that middle's been kind of open, and we've actually seen Agent focusing on that. 2 out of the 4 rounds we've seen them play. So, lots of good counters from both of these teams so far. It's just going to be up to who's the first team to really get the read and make that proper adjustment.
Well, Body and Fuchs will smoke off mid garage, and it looks like they want to go for a counter boost. Doing so would catch off Neto and Ultra. Let's see, are they going to check it? Fuchs is there. He's being very patient. Oh, Neto's going up the boost as well, so this is going to be an interesting duel right here. He'll spot the head, and he will take it off. Neto gets the opener there in the middle, and the bomb, meanwhile, has been poised for a B take for a while. They're still going to try to find another pick, it would look like. Sif finally going back for the bomb.
Yeah, they got that kill. They're just holding their line right now to see, how does LDLC react to this? Do they over-rotate or not? Well, they have a player in vent, so they really don't see the need to. That highway player close, that would be Devil. He's staying over towards that fork, so it's going to be at the body here. He's about to get into a fight. No, but Spitty walks right by him, and body peeks out, but there they are. They're right next to it, and that's going to prompt a vent split.
Player still back here in checkers. Now Ultra will take him down, so no spot going to go unchecked as Agent storm into this B site. And it is a 4-5, I can count, on 2 right now. So you will see just Kwanu and Devil holding out in that squeaky room, looking to save that AWP as well as the AK that they have.
Yeah, just going for a save here, but now with the Twa shooting, now they know exactly where he is. So the hunting party has gathered. They're doing their little chants and going after him, and Twa picking up a kill on the Neto. So now there's no one in middle for them to deal with, but Devil has been watching this door. Flash comes in, actually blinds Spitty, and now they have an interesting angle here. That door is open, so there is an angle available for them to see Devil through that, but he's just hiding, and Twa able to give him proper backup, and then Devil gets a kill. Wow, that's a great save if I've ever seen one. Probably the best one I've seen in a long time, actually. Just great teamwork in that just small, random little situation.
Uh-oh. Double ops coming out. Just like that. I mean, that's expensive, right? Coming after losing a round, too. So it shows you how important it was for them to keep 4 people alive in round 3 and round 4 for the CTs. Even after a loss, they can pull out a double up setup. And what do they want to do with this? Twanu's holding out in B, and aggressive keeping A main, and then stops retreating, or maybe even lagged out. That looked a little weird. But still was able to get at least 1 for 1. And now it was, I mean, he was the only one there. You had Devil over at the little cubby on highway, who's just sitting there with his knife out.
Yeah, this is kind of strange. I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Are they all lagged out? Because it seems like they're all lagged out.
Yeah, they are.
I was like, no one is moving. For a second, you weren't talking. I was like, I think I lagged out.
I was kind of just speechless.
So it looks like they're at a LAN or a gaming house or crashing somewhere together.
And that's going to completely throw off the whole automated process of our operation, because it was definitely prompted that as soon as the match was over that this is going to go to Kabul. So we're going to get the server fixed, and I'm sure the players will get back in as soon as possible, guys. So just stick with us.
Thanks for staying tuned, everybody. We are back. It took a while to get everything prepared, but we have, and we're back into the round with that double op setup, which I think they only saw the 1 op before everybody crashed. So I think that's pretty fair. I mean, there was 1 kill for LDLC-White before everyone crashed. I think Agent wanted it to be 3-3, but we have gone. I mean, of course they would. Why wouldn't they? But it's back to that 3-2, so we'll get to see another rifle round here, the second so far in this match. As Matt then there out towards middle is going to find 2 on the sandbags, just like that.
Yeah, now Ultra going through that vent, trying to even up the numbers here, and he actually does that with the help of Neto. Senex pushing into the site, doesn't check for body's position, but Ultralizer gets the trade onto there. So now Agent have a B bomb site, and bombs going to be planted for that checkers area. So the after plant positioning is going to be excellent for Agent. It's just going to be up to LDLC-White to clear out some angles, and they have an op, so it can be a little bit challenging.
Twanu's been spotted coming in from the upstairs. Ultra's going to try to push CT, and it works out perfectly. He catches Devil trying to check the tarps. So shoots him right in the side, and now it'll be just Twanu by himself in a 1-on-2, trying to retake this B site with an op. He actually pulls out the Eagle instead. Whoa, pushes that smoke into CT, brings down Ultra. Now it's a 1-on-1. The position Neto is playing, I can only assume the bomb has been planted for Checker. Twanu's going to know that as well. So, he taps the bomb while pre-aiming Checker, but it doesn't matter. Neto will bring him down and somehow survive there.
Yeah, beautifully done by Agent. I mean, LDLC-White picked up so many good kills while Agent tried to take over mid. And, you know, if you have that middle control, maybe not fully, but just enough to get to that vent, a B split real quick right there can really just open up the rounds for you, just like you said. And we actually see the exact same issues on the CT side, so expect this round to be a wash. And hopefully we can just get a pause right now from the admin if possible.
I don't think it's gonna matter. It's gonna, yeah, as soon as everyone leaves the server, it's gonna forfeit it. So
yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think LDLC-White, they are going to ESWC this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that they might be boot camping right now, and just an attempt to get prepared for that event. And I don't know if you guys ever been to a LAN center situation. A lot of things can go wrong from a network perspective. So I think that
tripping the breaker, someone just takes the power strip.
Someone wanted to plug in that one fan into that USB port and then just shorts the entire building. So, again, obviously, we're going to have another delay. We're going to have to go through the exact same thing. We're so sorry, guys. This is kind of out of our hands. So, continue watching this. Hopefully, we can get everything squared away. Hopefully, they, you know, say, hey, don't plug in that fan. You're just going to have to be a little hot for an hour or so. And we can get right back into it, guys. So, stay tuned.
All right, take 2, I guess. Here we go. Right again. Back 3-3. Because the first time we learned that the ball never lies. Agent won the round anyway, so it was 3-3, and then we had another crash out. At least this one was at the very, very start before LDLC was able to even move out of spawn, so there's no chance that it's going to be unfair when we come back into round 7. And hopefully it just doesn't happen again here for LDLC-White. They are boot camping for ESWC, but apparently using too much power, or they're just very, very unlucky, and CSGO is crashing at the same time for all 5 of them. Take your pick.
So let's go into the round and see what the setup looks like. Agent setting up for an A take. Looks like it's going to be 3 players coming out of the door, 2 through A main, but 3 players for LDLC-White and Fuchs on the flank, so let's see how it plays out.
Indeed, storming into that site. They have taken it. There's one default, there's one in sight, and Neto will spray them both down. There's also one on quad. And already the rotation from the catwalk. Devil is there. 1v4, 3 LDLC-White. I was actually still kind of dealing with things in the back end. Did they just stack A? Because that seemed like they were there very quickly.
Well, Fuchs pushed up B to get early information, and Agent, they put all 5 towards that entire execute, so there was no one watching their back and basically prompted a player to cheat over towards A, one player watching middle until Fuchs cleared that out as well. So, you know, just kind of the huge benefit of guessing right and getting early information at the right spot.
Bath and Hill pre-smoke that B warehouse through his nade, went a little deep. And they're going to push straight through it, all exploding out. 4 are there. Ultra still lurking around out towards middle. Just trying to get someone as they're going to go through the vents, but he was smoked out. Let's see, he'll be found. He'll be the first one to go down, and through the other end of the vents, it's going to be Sif. Now, Body moving in through that generator. Alley going to take down 2 more. The bomb will go down to the back of the site. Neto able to get 1 more headshot, but that is it. Now LDLC-White will take the lead 5-3.
That was an absolute blessing on LDLC side that Agent even got the bomb down. Or excuse me, it was a blessing on Agent side. LDLC-White was completely like taking over the site before the bomb even got down, and there's not really a spot you can hide to plant the bomb when you have headshot ledge control, but looks like LDLC-White, all of them ran out of bullets that were going in there and started reloading as soon as, you know, they spotted that the bomb was going down. So good job on Agent side to get that extra cash, but looks like it's still gonna have to be a double save as it's just been too many round resets for them. So they're gonna go for a quick B as well.
Yeah, just trying to go for it again. Which, I mean, they were just here, so you think this is like another information grab for Agent, trying to figure out just how the B defense is set up? Or maybe a bit of a fake, just like, hey, we're totally going to go B again, and maybe they'll move out towards mid or A as a T side?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. You want to do information gathering if you can on your ecos, but also just generally speaking, when you're the B bomb site in almost every single map on Counter-Strike is very easy to eco towards, as it's usually the choke point site, like where you just put one player there. But looks like LDLC-White is gonna read into that completely. They went B twice. They're probably gonna go A, so they put 4 there, pushing Twow. What did I say it was?
You can go with Toy.
All right, Toy and Fuchs pushed through the door, and they just got traded out. So actually, LDLC is on the opposite end of this. Agent getting those kills, prompting to just go back middle. They're boosting up 2, and Body's gonna have to come up big here.
Yeah, LDLC-White went for some time CT aggression out towards that squeaky door, but actually they're the ones that lost the player, like 1-on-2 out on that door. And for a time, Agent actually had the man advantage and had to even back up. And whoa, what a shot from Fuchs to bring down Sith out towards middle. Ultra trying to work his way through that smoke. He's got 2 people in front of him, 1 behind him. He moves over into the drop. And now he knows that he's flanked. So he's going to try to go through the vents, perhaps, or just wait for Mathend. He's in a tough spot. He will go down. Now it's just up to Neto, who was working his way around, just hoping his teammate could stay alive, because he's got to go and get the bomb still. We'll see 1 in sight, and he has thrown a good smoke here, so he can grab the bomb, and he will take it through the vents to B.
Yeah, he did a great job isolating that Opper. Now he's gonna spot Matt. See if he can catch him walking up, but just not patient enough. Gets dinged, so he's going to go for the Constellation bomb plant, see if he can one-tap both of them. And Fuchs going to be on the rotate, going to go through vent, so he's actually grouped up with his teammate. Neto does get an engagement one-on-one, gets another one, but man, he had a very good opportunity to win that match, or win those one-on-one fights if he could get, connect on the head instead of the body in the situations. But again, he does get the bomb down, get some extra cash on Agent side, but LDLC-White definitely stabilizing on CT as their money is very, very high.
Yeah, he also got a little unlucky that Mathend was able to dink him. I mean, that was a pretty tough shot from Mathend, who dinked him on the cross there down to like 16 HP. And at that point, I mean, he even still had an opportunity to make it a 1v1, but with the HP, his chances all around were kind of over. Finally, Agents with another rifle here. That was a pretty costly round still for the CTs. They lost 3 people in that last round. And, well, yeah, like you said, their money. Mathend in 5 digits already? That's crazy. Already at 10K.
And here we go. Agent boosting up 3 players on the lip, making some noise at A main, probably just to divert the eyes, and then they're going to just burst out together. So here they go. They find Body and Vent completely off guard. Devil is in that connector, taking a tight but oh my goodness, that shot by Spitty was nasty. And now they're going through the connector. The highway is smoked for them and everything. There's 2 players towards A. They could go B if they wanted to, and B's actually open. Matt pushed through, gets the kill onto Neto, and I think since he saw Neto falling back to B, he's going to assume that they went for connector. And now LDLC-White is on the rotate. They're going to get in position to retake, but Agent doing a great job getting that middle control and going through the 1 opening.
Yeah, it's not every day you see a mid to Z to B strat, that's for sure. Biddy, another nice shot. This time he'll bring down Twanu, so we'll be a 3-on-2, and both CT players coming from that B warehouse side. Fuchs is in checker there. He'll bring down Ultra. In the back of the site is Sif, who will bring down Fuchs. He'll drop into a headshot, trying to get another, but he can't do it. It looks like Mathen's got a pretty good read. He was trying to check upper. He's running out of time, though. He'll throw that flash. Ooh, let's see. I don't even know if he had time when it started, but Spitty can see again. He'll get a 3K on the round. A great opener there in the middle. Killed one of the rotators and won the 1v1. So good round for Spitty.
Absolutely. That shot on connector was so impressive. He just whipped to him, and I mean, the op had a good jump on him as well. So it looks like we had another DC on the CT's end, but it's not everybody DCing, or was
That's
it?
better.
Yes,
That's an improvement.
No,
it's everybody
everyone's
again?
looking at the ground. Either they're all praying for their teammate, or
maybe it's Pubmaster's CS:GO edition, and they're just pretending to be AFK.
All right, so this is a pretty significant problem here. So we're going to talk with the admins again, figure out what's going on, and we'll get back to you guys very shortly.
Welcome back, everybody. We're back yet again. Sorry. for all the hassle. 7-4 is the score when we left off, as far as we all could have remembered. Actually, no one even remembered. Ultra had to go download the demo and watch it to get the scoreline for when we lagged out. So thank you, Ultra, for doing the work that I was too lazy to do. 7-4, and a rifle round here, more or less. 2 Tech-9s for Agent.
Yeah, Agent very spread out here. Looks like they just fanned out, make sure no one's pushing, and then so they can securely do their execute. Looks like the bomb is towards B. They're smoking. It's gonna be a little bit of an A fake. They're gonna try to draw rotates to see how many players go towards there if they bite it.
There's Body. Body, like, how many people has he killed from below? Like, he got 2 people through vents at one time. He's getting people as they're coming over the drop. Mathen now stuck in that generator alley. A nice little flash out, forces 1 to turn and Sif to hide behind the wall, so it lets him bring down Spitty. And another good flash coming from his ally this time lets him bring down Sif. So the B site's on lockdown. Neto, the last man up, seems to be the player you can kind of rely on to win the 1vXs, but a 1v5 I think is maybe a little too much for pretty much anybody, pending some massive mistakes from the side of LDLC-White.
Yeah, they would need to be completely spread out for him to be able to win this, and unfortunately the only player that is isolated is way behind him, and he is not working towards him at all. He's working towards the bomb. There's 20 seconds on the clock. He just needs to save this gun at this point. I mean, judging by the money, he could do some damage if he can get some kills, and here he goes. He finds one, goes from upper, tries to breach into the site, see if he can win this, but no. Great job by LDLC to use their cover, wait for that audio cue of him picking up the bomb, and then peeking on that, knowing exactly where he was going to be at. So LDLC continued their lead 8-4.
All right, playing pretty well still. I'm sure they're a bit flustered, you know, with their... It's actually an internet issue. I was thinking it was power since they're boot camping and they probably all plugged into the same wall socket that, you know, it'd be tripping the breaker, but apparently it was a internet issue. So we did switch the server here, and so far so good. And another round win for those guys. They got 4 in a row, dropped 1 to Agent, and then took it right back. So that puts, you know, that terrorist economy in shambles right now. We will see them still forcing, and forcing to the point where, like, they will have to save maybe twice after this as terrorists, unless they get the bomb down on a round.
Yeah, they're very alls in by. They're going for an A split. They smoked off highway, but no entries on them except for on Trois now. And you know, LDLC-White, their defense is strong as ever. And I mean, we were talking a little bit about the pregame, LDLC-White's offense is the one thing about this team that really surprises me. So I think it's just an added bonus that they're just dominant on this defensive end.
And who saves? Channeling their inner envious over there on Agent. They're going right back into it again. This time no deagles. 2 P250s, 3 Tech-9s, decent amount of smokes and flashes trying to bust their way out of A main and up highway simultaneously. And, well, shut down simultaneously. 3 kills for Twanu, 2 for Fuchs.
Twanu just playing behind those sandbags, just absolutely utilizing, you know, the fact that there's not a lot of wall banging in this game. He's very protected under there, and you know, you can exploit that crouch animation to where you just pop up, and with an op in that situation, you can get plenty of just instantaneous kills. So beautifully done by him. LDLC-White has continued to roll. An Agent, again, another force up. They need to make use of these smokes a lot better. These pistols, and get, you know, in more favorable engagements, that mid to short range. So Smoke XC is going to come out, Twa opening it up, finding 2. Can they kill him?
I'm not really sure what Agent is up to. I mean, 3 forces in a row, just like this. They could have at least saved it and maybe got themselves a rifle round to get a 10-5 half.
Wow.
Or maybe 9-6, I don't know, but it's just absolute devastation, and it will be 11-4 at the half in favor of LDLC-White.
Yeah, completely dominant on that defense. Agent, just, I don't know. They seemed very one-dimensional in all of their takes. It was very much so like, let's let's go to this bomb site, let's go here, or let's go mid, and then go from there. Where I think if they would have focused on middle from the get-go, that was pretty much where most of their round wins came from, was, you know, like that vent split we saw. It's been quite a while since I remember Agent winning a round, as we've had so many pauses here and there. But yeah, I really think that that's probably where they lost this match. They really needed to just focus in on map control of mid and then going from there.
Yeah, they got the pistol by storming A, 4 to main, 1 to door. I remember. I think, like you said, the other ones came from B and mid vent sort of split. I don't even honestly remember where round 11 came in. I think that was right after it crashed into another break. But here we go, another pistol. This time, Agent on the defense. They'll have actually 3 geared over towards B. This could backfire, though. You do have one player going in for some information grab. That was Ultra. He's actually behind them, having pushed through that smoke as they ran out of it. He brings down Fuchs. Body gets that trade out, and the bomb's going to go down. So 4-on-4 situation. Body already on that flank. He'll bring down Neto. Spitty will find him. Can he get another? If he can bring... Oh, he does! The one tap onto Math end up there in that squeaky. And now Twanu trying to hold on to quad. Devil's in default. And Devil is just standing out in the open and spraying with that candy apple. He gets them both. And now Spitty trying to go in and finish this thing. Can't quite do it. He's got 3 bullets. He's about to get knifed. Oh, he'll get one more kill.
Wow, just unbelievable round there by Devil. Did a great job. He knew that there was a player flanking, so he decided to just focus in on those players at CT, and that actually killed both of them. They whiffed tons of bullets on him and was able to, I think, put about 8 bullets to the first guy's chest, and then had 1 bullet left, hit him right in the dome, and was able to cap off that round. So beautifully done by him. And now Agent on the save. Force up again. There's just not a lot of money on that side, and LDLC going for a very quick boost up, but Agent answers back, gets 2. Neto picks up the AK, pushes up in the mid warehouse, picks up the 3rd of the round for them, and now it's 2-on-3.
Well, 2-on-2, as Neto will be found out lurking around in that middle garage by Mathen, who traded out that MP7 for an AK. So 2 AKs versus P250 and Armor. Agent still staying with their forceful ways here into the second half. Although somewhat of a chance. What a flash. That should allow Sif. Oh, it can't quite finish the kill. He gets Devil down to 1 HP, and now Mathen is going to peek out. He'll bring down Spitty at the truck. And now you've got him sitting at that little hut there on highway. And Mathen will find the both. Devil somehow alive.
Yeah, Agent did such a great job that round. I mean, they did force up. They wanted to win. You know, that's not like a, all right, good eco, guys. Like that's pretty much a gun like round loss for them. And Cinex 1-17 needs to find some sort of form here. Agent is not going to be able to fight back into this. They're finally going to save. They're going to concede basically this 14th point to LDLC-White, and then go for, you know, full gun buy up. Team LDLC love taking over this mid very quickly. They find Ultra behind that sandbags, get that kill. They have the control. Bomb is in the mid warehouse, but there's 3 players, excuse me, working that B, so you gotta believe that the bomb's going towards there.
Yeah, it's actually the first time I've seen Cinex or Synax play for Agent. Normally they've got, I call him Base Rapper to keep it a little more PG, who was on that Lion squad along with Spitty, and he's, I would consider like one of their better players, but either a stand-in or maybe Base is gone, I don't know. Either way, it seems like it's maybe hurting them. Also, the disruptions in this game were maybe a little annoying as well. I'm sure to both teams, but maybe hit Agent a little harder as they try to get through this save round, and it will be 14-4 after this. And it seems like it'll take a lot from Agent if they want to get back into this game.
Yeah, it's very, very almost out of reach for them at this point. It's gonna take, you know, a great gun round here, and then they're just gonna have to flat out dominate LDLC-White. And from what I've seen so far from LDLC-White's offense on these few rounds, they love taking over that middle, and that's exactly what you need to do on this map. They have a very methodical approach about it, where they boost up too and just kill those guys' sandbags, but that might have been their anti-eco setup, so let's see what they do when they know the other team has guns.
Yeah, they've got M4A1Ss, a couple flashes, and smokes. So, you know, some smokes to delay up the terrorist antics a little bit here. But no kit, so it could be problematic if that bomb does go down. Every round now, vital importance to Agent, and actually Neto looks like he's in a great spot to do some damage. He'll bring down one of the vents. He gets Matt end. And that'll give him the main advantage.
So here we go. 4 players for LDLC, make that 4 for Agent as well. Body getting a kill on that B site. So B is relatively open right now. They have 1 player there. The rotate wouldn't be that quick. Neto would have to run into that vet. The obvious rotate. So there we go. Bomb site B is now open with Ultra going down. Devil killing Neto. So those are the 2 quick rotates for B. So it might be Agent in as tough of a situation as you can get. 4 on 2. The rotate very far away. And Sif now having to deal with Devil in mid, and yeah, that's just too unattractive of a retake. If they could have clearly gotten to that vent, maybe that would have been easy to go for, but good job on Devil being there to, you know, disrupt the rotate. That's very important in this high-level Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that was solid. Pretty much flanking the flanker at that point. And now Agent's not going to go for a 2v4 retake to keep playing for the win, I guess. They'll save, and they'll try to play for the tie, but it'll be, what, 11 match points for LDLC-White? That's going to be, I mean, almost insurmountable. They'll drop, what, 2 FAMAS here? Maybe one of those... No, yeah, I think just the 2 FAMAS are down. 1 player still might be on only a pistol. At least they've got some kits this time. So if the bomb goes down, they'll maybe have a better shot at the retake. Let's see what they want to do. Spitty. Okay, yeah, I would just say surely with the USP, they'll give him the FAMAS. Ultra just going to sit on that CZ and armor.
So take a gander at what Agent has in store. They have 3 players towards B, and there's only 1 player for LDLC-White there, so we need to get this trade quick. And Matt getting 2 kills for the price of 3. This is not good enough for an Agent side, so Agent is definitely on the back heel here. Cinex finally making some moves on the scoreboard here, picks up a kill on the body. But LDLC-White has 2 players here, and man, he doesn't get one of them. Easy kill for Twa. Fuchs coming in with the bomb through A main, and there is a very, very late rotate from Ultra. He is just getting to that middle area to meet up with his teammate Sif. It's 3 on 2. LDLC-White have smoke coverage, so they can get into some pretty good afterplant situation. It actually just dissipates as soon as he makes a move to A main, so he flashes him, able to get there. Fuchs, and now he's actually smoked off. Agent doing a great job here on this retake so far, isolating, but there's 2 players at quad. It's kind of hard to anticipate that. Sif picks up 1, but Devil picks up the other, utilizing that setup very well. Devil now knows where Ultra is because of that flashbang. Ultra peeks out, gets that kill. But Fuchs just wrapping around the site, just too much to deal with, and very convincing win from LDLC-White, doing everything from, you know, just good defensive setups to even just boring the other team to death by disconnecting a few times.
Yeah. I'm sure that maybe took its toll a little bit, but hey, it looks like they fixed their problems. They were able to stay in since the, when did we even get back in? Was it 7-4?
Yeah.
And they just pretty much steamrolled from that point on. So we'll actually officially go over to Cobble this time, the second map. I got to remind myself even of who picked what. That first map, Cash, was the pick of LDLC-White, so maybe we can just chalk it up to not being a good map for Agent. Although I would say they made some disastrous economic decisions late in that first half on the T side. I'm sure they would agree with that as well. But now we'll go over to their pick. It's Cobble. We'll see if LDLC-White's got themselves prepared for it. And if we do go to a third map, it'll be Inferno. But guys, we'll take a quick break before they ready up here on Cobble. So stay tuned. You're watching MLG.TV/PlayCevo. The CEVO main playoffs continue when we get back.